Okay, welcome back. So in this session, we're going to do something a little out of the ordinary for this channel anyway. Okay, I'm going to compare a couple of compressors and just do a shootout between these two compressors and see how close they are to each other. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because recently I've come across some gear. I've been moving things around here. Just for those of you that don't know, this is a songwriter studio. This is a songwriting channel, okay? But my studio here is a songwriting studio. It's predominantly a 2-channel studio, and that's all I need as a songwriter because I'm using virtual instruments and I'm not recording drum kits and all that stuff. The most I need is really 2 channels, 3 channels to be honest. If I want to record a stereo acoustic guitar and my vocal, 3 channels, but 2 channels is really what this studio is built on. And that's always my focus, right? 2 channels, 2 prime channels. I like them to be really high-end channels so I can get the best performance and just have a professional sounding demo or even a release, okay? Because these days, and for quite a while now, it's nothing new, but you can do a lot at home, okay? I mean, it's just like, it's amazing the quality you can get, especially if you have an amazing room, you could do a lot at home, okay? So, but anyway, the 2 compressors that we're talking about here are arguably the most popular compressors, 2 of the most widely used compressors, especially in a professional environment. They are the Universal Audio LA2A and the Distressor. So the Distressor, okay, by Empirical Labs, is everywhere. So any video you see of any engineer, any mixer, anywhere has anything to do with music, you'll see a Distressor there, or usually a pair of Distressors. So it's a very widely used compressor, and for good reason. It's like a Swiss Army knife. You could do a lot with the Distressor, and you can emulate a lot of different compressors. One of them being an optical compressor, which is what the LA2A is. So it's an optical compressor. The Distressor apparently can emulate an optical compressor, and I wanted to see how close you can get to an LA2A if you had just a Distressor and you wanted to emulate the sound of an LA2A. Not just an optical compressor, but a very special type of optical compressor, which has found its way on recordings for the past 50, 60 years. I mean, the original LA2As, which this one is not. This one is a reissue by Universal Audio. It's only, I think, 6 months old, this unit. But the original ones can go north of 10,000, 15,000, depending on, its history, its condition. And so it's a very expensive compressor, whereas the Distressor is reasonably priced. It's also very expensive when you're looking at one compressor, but it's meant to be versatile and great sounding, which it is. It's got a lot of options there, which the LA2A doesn't. The LA2A is very straightforward. It's got a couple of knobs, and that's it. You don't have a lot of control over how it compresses, only how much it compresses, okay? So it's not like a Distressor, which is like a Swiss Army knife, okay? You can use it on all kinds of things, on drums, on vocals and guitars, whereas the LA2A is a little bit of it's a specialized piece. Okay, you can't just throw it on everything. So I want to shoot these out, okay? And the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to stop talking at some point, and throughout the shootout, you're not going to hear me at all, because that's the way that I like to hear or watch gear review videos. I like to sort of just let the gear do the talking. And so I'm just going to give you my thoughts at the end of it. But for now, let's get stuck into it. The Distressor versus the LA2A. How close can we get them? Let's check it out.
about you all my life. You got the love I've always needed. It makes me feel alive. Now that you're the king inside my castle, I will be the queen inside your heart. It's the way you love me, the way you hold me, the way you know how to treat me right, the way you want me, the way you touch me, the way I feel when you're around.
Yeah, everywhere I look is still the only one I see. And everything you took is still everything I need. And every night I try so hard to forget all the good times. Tell myself that I don't need you anymore. But I feel you in my heart, and I need you in the dark. I wake up in the morning and you're the first thing on my mind. I don't wanna let you go, don't wanna let it show. You know how bad I want you back, but I won't lay down for you no more. And now the best years that I've had have come and gone with you, babe. And all the laughs have turned to tears and bitter blame. Say goodbye, say you wanna move on with your life. Wanna take a ride around the sun for a while. It's a battle every day, but I've got to walk away. 'Cause everything we had is now a memory that's haunting me. A shadow every night of you lying by my side, telling me how our world is not big enough for you no more.
Okay, so what did you think? How close were they? Okay, close enough? Now keep in mind, I did my best to level match. Okay, I did it by ear, so I did my best to keep the levels as close together as possible because I know that that can really affect an opinion. So it's hard to sort of just isolate the quality of the compression when the levels are not matched. So I did my best to do that. And I apologize if at some point it wasn't really matched, but I did my best. So what did you think? Did we come close? How close did we come? Let me know in the comments below. In my opinion, the Distressor, it's not gonna cut it. If you want that LA2A sound, you gotta get the LA2A. Now, I haven't done a shootout or checked out or ever had any of the clones. I did watch some videos online and I thought they sort of came pretty close. But the LA2A, it does something special. And I think that the thing that it does the most special is that variable release, which the Distressor is meant to emulate when you're looking at an optical compressor. So when you put the attack at 10 and the release at 0, even though normally you would think that's gonna pump and it's gonna do, but what it does, according to empirical labs, is that the Distressor actually kicks in a different kind of circuit to control the release. So that it gives you a variable release depending on how much input is coming into it. Which is what the LA2A does and optical compressors do in general. Okay, but the LA2A, especially since you don't have any control over the attack and release times, it does vary depending on the input coming in. Okay, but anyway, that's it. So let me know what you thought. Would you drop that extra cash for an LA2A? Is it worth it? Would another optical compressor do the job? Is the LA2A that special? I'm no expert, okay? My expertise is songwriting. It's not engineering, it's not mixing. Although I do these things, I do them and I've done them for many years, predominantly out of necessity. Okay, because I don't always have engineers, producers, and mixers waiting around to do my, to record my material. So I do it myself, like a lot of us songwriters do. So for all you experts out there, feel free to chime in the comments below. And until next time, take care.